Okay, see Lindelof videos, calculus, and the product rule. Hopefully you've already memorized the product rule. We'll go through it a little bit. As a matter of fact, let's just do that really quickly and just write the rule down so we know that d dx of one function times another function, the derivative, is equal to the first function times the derivative of the second function plus the second function times the derivative of the first function. So this actually is not a big deal. This is actually relatively easy to do. So let's kind of start working through this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a list. It's always best to build a list, I think. So I'm going to build a list of the pieces that I need. You see I need an f of x, I need an f prime at x, I need a g of x, and a g prime at x. So I'm going to start building my list, and then I'm just going to plug all this stuff in. So here's my list. F of x is my first function, and that's going to be 5x to the fifth plus 5. I'm going to take the derivative of that function, which is 5 times 5 is 25, right? 25x to the fourth. So far, so good. And then I need the second function, and the second function is g of x, and that's this function right here. And that function is negative 2x to the fifth minus 3. I also need its derivative, and its derivative is simply done through the power rule, which is negative 10x to the fourth power, isn't it? So negative 10x to the fourth power. So it's going to look like this. I'm just going to fill in all these blanks here. So it says f of x, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to say, okay, 5x to the fourth plus 5 times the derivative of the second function, that's this right here, which is negative 10x to the fourth, right? It says, in our rule, it says here that we're going to add them. So this plus sign right here is this one. And then I'm going to take the second function, which happens to be negative 2x to the fifth minus 3, times the derivative of the first function, which happens to be 25x to the fourth. That is my answer. I could simplify this out a lot for you, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. And the reason that I'm not going to do that is very simple. Is that I'm not trying to teach you the algebra of this. I'm just trying to show you formulaically what does the product rule look like and how would I go about assembling it. And I would assemble it by first reminding myself what that rule is, and then gathering a list of all the pieces that I need, and then inserting those lists in, and that will give us our f prime at x. There's our derivative. So look, you guys, I hope this was really helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. I appreciate it. Peace.